Thank you for joining us. Happy Friday if you are in Australia. If you are in the US like myself, we're almost there. It's Thursday afternoon, so almost there to the Friday, but happy Friday if you're in Australia. Today's webinar, we're going to go through some key topics here. So the first we're going to go through is how to win new business with 360 AI and grow your rent roll. So we're going to go through some speaking points that you can start utilizing to prospective landlords and current landlords about the key ways 360 AI allows you to better manage their property and the benefits for them by you having the 360 AI. We're then going to go into how to build your own 360 AI Advantage Kit. Elise is going to show that to us, and that way you can get up and running with it from today. And then we're going to go through into the marketing aspect of the virtual tours and the 360 inspections. So how to create your marketing tours, track the views, and market your property smarter to reduce those vacancy rates and lease those properties faster, which of course is a very key benefit for landlords. And then lastly, we're going to go through how to turn your 360 inspections into a new income stream. So we're going to take you through our ROI calculator and different ways you can start charging for these types of inspections if that's what you're so pleased to do. Okay, so how to position your 360 inspections to your landlords. So we're starting off with a couple of those key benefits to your landlords. So the first thing that you're going to start wanting to say to prospective landlords and also new landlords or existing landlords is how 360 is able to help you reduce the risk of end of tenancy disputes. Typically, in the past, when we rely on still images in a very basic PDF report, there's a lot of gray area when it comes to that end of tenancy dispute. So by having that 360 side-by-side walkthrough where AI will actually pick up those issues for you is game changing and allows you to reduce those end of tenancy disputes dramatically. So the current stats that we have, which we're working with, is it reduces end of tenancy disputes by up to 80% by having that 360 walkthrough. So utilizing that in your language and when in your pitch with your landlords is imperative to really show that you will maximize the protection and the value of their property. The second thing that we'll run through, that I would want to run through if I was a BDM and pitching for new business, is how the 360 is going to save time and money, and it's no longer going to be a matter of waiting on tradespeople to inspect a property to get quotes done. You can utilize this 360 that you have on file, send it to a tradesperson, get them to quote for the issue from the 360 and get that quote back quicker and save your landlords a call out fee as well. And of course, you have these high res images and close-up condition shots, which shows a clear record of that property's condition. So again, ensuring that you have absolutely maximized the protection of the property that the landlords own. This 360 should be thought and described of as an insurance policy for your landlords, a way to ensure that their property is kept in immaculate condition, both pre and post tenancy, and also as a way to get that faster tradespeople and quotes and reduce those call out fees. So those are the key things in terms of the ongoing management of the property that you would want to highlight to those prospective landlords. The other thing would be from the marketing side. So having that dialogue with them around the fact that with the 360 inspections you provide for your ingoings, your outgoings, you can also utilize for marketing virtual tours. These are tours that upload to realestate.com, Zillow. It's a URL link. You can copy and paste and text message to prospective tenants, email it to prospective tenants. So that way the property can be inspected from any time, anywhere in the world, regardless of it being a public holiday or a Sunday. You're able to market their property to the masses from anywhere, anytime. It then broadens that tenant pool. It also broadens the investor pool as well. You can say that due to the use of 360s, you're able to cross-pollinate landlords. If one landlord's wanting to sell in your portfolio, you can send a 360 to another landlord that's wanting to buy. So therefore, you're allowing that landlord to maximize their portfolio and the growth of their own personal property portfolio, but you're also ensuring the protection of churn in your own rent roll as well. And of course, as we just mentioned, that faster leasing process with the online viewings and the early applications without physical inspections needed. So really utilizing these key points in your dialogue when you are pitching for that new business. And we'll go through in greater detail some of the ways you can do that later on when Elise takes us through that. The other thing is the pinpointed maintenance. So the 360 allows you to pinpoint maintenance on top of a virtual tour, making that quoting and issue identification easier for those tradespeople and also for your landlords. Your landlords from the comfort of their own home are able to see exactly what the issue is within their property through the 360 walkthrough. Now, something like that is of incredible value to a landlord. They, especially if they're overseas or interstate, want to be able to see their property and ensure it's being kept in good, clean condition with no damages. Of course, they trust the property manager that they hired, but this just gives that extra confidence. And for them, when they're looking for an agent to manage their property, this is what's going to get you across the line over your competitors as well. The fact you can also include videos on your pinpointed maintenance as well is a huge thing. You can send them a video or show them a video of a leaking tap through the 360 inspection that they're able to see from the comfort of their own home. And of course, the integration that we have with maintenance platforms, which just even more speeds up that maintenance process and ensures that their property is being looked after in timely fashion as well. Of course, the personalized reports as well is another key feature. Again, something that we've covered in the past. You have that recommendations tab. You're able to quickly add information for them to see this fully personalized report for them in the annual or routine inspections that you do. And of course, with all of those benefits, we don't expect you to remember all of those. So we've built out this 360 Advantage Kit, which you have access to today in your portfolio. In the admin portal, you have access to this Advantage Kit. Now, Elise is going to be kind enough to show us and run us through how to get up and running with your Advantage Kit and how to send that off to your landlords immediately. So Elise will take it away from here. Thank you, Elise.
Thank you, Alex. So yes, let's get my screen up there. Sorry, guys. Let's try this one. There we go. That's better, I think. Nope. Sorry, technical difficulties there.
That's okay. Whilst Elise gets that up, guys, just a reminder. Perfect.
Got it there eventually. Sorry about that, everyone. But
by the bell.
Go ahead with your reminder there. I assume you were just saying any reminder of any questions that you guys have, pop them in the question field and we'll have a check in there. We will have time for a Q&A session later on.
Correct.
Alrighty, so thank you, Alex. Sorry about that, everyone. So yes, I will take you through your Advantage kits. So your accounts with Inspection Express already have these set up for you. Where we're going to find it, I'm in my admin portal here, of course, and I'm in my inspections tab. Down on the left-hand side here is my kit there. You can also find this in the virtual tours tab as well, pretty well the same position. So when I say it's all set up, mine is obviously set to reflect Inspection Express colouring and logos. Yours will already be set up to reflect your own company's correct details in there. So all your branding and everything is correct. But our customizations that we can do in them to personalise them. Into step one, there is of course here the option to customize those colorings a little bit further if you wish, or if there's changes that you need to make. Down into step two, this is where you will find your logo within your 360 virtual tours and in the sample kit that's on the right hand side here. I'm actually just going to show this to you. So I'll select continue here in this sample on the right hand side. And I'm just going to scroll to the floor. As you can see there, I have my Inspection Express logo. So the reason that we pop your branding on the floor in your virtual tours is so that it covers up the stand from your 360 camera. So it's obviously just to give it a bit more of an appeal visually. So if I minimize my one here and scroll on in, we can super attractive. So yours will be nicely set to just cover it up. You can of course make it larger as well if you wish. You do need to be a little bit conscious of that when placing your 360 cameras in rooms. If there's marks or stains or anything on the floor, just try not to be too close because they can get a little bit covered up there. Down into step three. As Alex mentioned, is yes, the option to add in those personalized videos within the inspection reports. we have that here in your Advantage kits as well. So, you know, remember that the Advantage kit, you're using it to send out samples to your prospective owners to really showcase why they should choose you to manage their investments versus another agency that's not doing the 360s. So absolutely chuck in that video here, introduce yourselves to them as a company, let them know the level of service they're going to get from you with your virtual tours. Really just start building that rapport and customer relations. It's a really nice little touch, you know, put some backing music and etc. on it if you wish. So it's a really great option there for you. Down into step 3 is another option here to add in some additional contact information. So over on the right hand side, this is what's going to pop up when people enter into the virtual tours. So in the left, you could add in your BDM information, so they're always going to be there. It's always have that information there, or the head of department, or whatever information you need to pop in there for additional contact, just to make sure they can reach you when you need them to. And it will just create as much space as what's necessary for the amount of information you pop in there.
And that's a great tip as well, guys. If you are using the 360 Advantage kit, putting in your BDMs, email and contact details. So then that way, when your prospective landlords are seeing these reports and they're blown away by the level of detail that your agency does, they can just click on your phone number straight away, give you a call and say, yep, we're ready to sign up. Obviously, that's the ideal situation. That's what this does for you. It gives you that ability to show your services and blow them away to then just say, yep, we're ready to go. So definitely add your details in there as well, where Elise said to do so.
Yeah. And, you know, the Advantage kits are set per office, not per user. So if, you know, one of your property managers is speaking to one of their owners and they say, I've got a friend who's looking for new management, do you have something I can send to them? So even though that prospective owner is not having direct contact with you as the BDM, your information is still getting out to them. Your property managers can still send this out and it's going to go through all the right channels for you. Into step 5, your kit landing settings. So again, this will all be set with the right branding and etc., but absolutely customizable with your coloring there. Make it look as however you would like it to, whether you want it the colors or just all the black and white or whatnot. And absolutely the wording is customizable as well. So 100% make it your own. In your title here, you've got up to 50 characters, and in the description, there's up to 500 there that you can play around with and grab their interest just with your wording there. And our final step is our share samples and flyer. So down the very bottom is a downloadable marketing flyer. And then we have links for all the different 360 samples. Copy the link and then paste it however you're communicating with those prospective owners. The top one for the appraisal kit landing page is a great one because that's what we've got on the right hand side here. So if that's what you're sending them, then they have the links for all the different sample inspections. They don't then need to wonder if they're looking at the marketing one, what your exit inspection samples look like and etc. So they can just click on whichever one they like, come onto the marketing virtual tour, and it will just pop up here for them. That's how your kit is set. It's all ready to go for you, as I've said, but absolutely customize it, make you your own standout from the crowd. And the sample property that I have here in my kit that you're seeing, that's in yours as well. So it's a really nice brand new property to present to those prospective owners. But that's it from me on the kits. I will hand you back to Alex, but don't worry, you'll have to listen to me again shortly.
We look forward to it. Elise is our go-to. She knows everything that's everything, which is great. And so, yeah, very much keep tuned because she has a lot more tips and tricks to share with us as well. Now, if you're unsure still where to find those marketing flyers, don't stress. At the end of this webinar, we have some QR codes that you can scan to download those as well. In the meantime, I'm going to leave it on this screen. There's a QR code on the right-hand side in the little laptop. If you want to get a sample Advantage 360 Advantage kit, something that your landlords could potentially be receiving. So feel free to scan that QR code for the next couple of seconds to just see for yourselves. All righty. Next one is the additional selling point for the marketing tours. So of course you have the ability, if you didn't know already, to change your entry routine or move out condition reports into a dual purpose asset, which is your marketing ready to use tour. That uploads to realestate.com, Zillow. It's a URL link you can send to anyone, anywhere, in any format. You can include it on your Instagram stories, in your property bio, text message, email, whatever your chosen form of communication is. You can utilize your marketing tour for these purposes to lease the property faster. Of course, the first question that landlords want to know is, how much are you going to lease my property for, and how long is it going to take you to lease my property? So you can turn around and say, well, not only will we make sure your property is protected with our 360 tours by X, Y, and Z, but we'll also ensure your property is leased faster by utilizing that 360 tour with that dual purpose to market your property. It advertises instantly, so you don't have to wait for tenants to give you access or vacate a property, so you can get ahead of the market and reduce that vacancy rate even further for those relets. And of course, you can list those as off-market properties with the 360 tour, or you can also boost your REA listings as well, utilizing that 360 as well. So Elise is going to show us how to create or change the entry 360 into a marketing tour. It's super easy. It takes a couple of clicks within your Inspection Express app, and it drops off all of your up close images that you've taken from your move in, your move out, or your routine inspections. So Elise is going to take it away and show you how easy it is to get started with this today. So Elise, take it away.
Thank you again, Alex. So yes, I am in my Inspection Express app here. So with converting inspections that the property managers have done into marketing virtual tours, as long as it's finalized or archived, it can be done. So I'm in my inspections tab in my app, and we're going to have a look at this top inspection at 360 Station Street. So it's finalized status there. I'll select that drop down. Got a lot of options here, but at my third from the bottom is to create a marketing virtual tour. I'll just confirm. Now I've automatically been brought into my virtual tours tab, and it is already in a draft status for me up the top. If I select that draft status, again, I've got options. We like options. You can go straight away and publish that virtual tour, but you should probably preview it first, make sure it looks good. If it doesn't, you can come in and edit and make some changes. I won't go through too many of these with you, but I do want to highlight just some really good things for marketing. I'm going to scroll down those 360 photos, and we're going to go straight into our living room here. So I'll just select that photo. The first thing that's really, really great for virtual tours for the marketing side of things is having pathways so that the viewers and those prospective tenants or the owners or the trades, whoever it might be, they can get a real feel for the layout of the property. They can see which doors lead where, how the flow works. So to do that, I'm going to place these crosshairs in the center of my screen, roughly where I would like a pathway to, so to connect to another photo. So we want to go through to the kitchen. Down the bottom, I've got my pathway icon here. Just tell it which room I want to go to. So I want to go to my kitchen. There's my kitchen photo. I'll tap on it to select. And so that people don't get stuck in the kitchen, we're going to connect that pathway back to the living room as well. So again, just my crosshairs up the top. They're now green. Scroll across backwards towards where I came from. Confirm pathway in the middle. And then that's it. Really quick and simple to just tap on that and travel between your rooms. Into your more icon down here in the far right. Again, a couple of things. I won't go through it all. There's a lot of options you can do here to make your 360s more presentable for the marketing virtual tours. Up the top is an option to blur and obscure portions of your 360. So if the 360s have been taken in a furnished property, there's things you might need to blur out for privacy reasons, family photos, or a car rego that you've captured out the front, anything that you need to there. I select blur and obscure, and then just position this box over what I would like to blur. So let's go with, let's just find just that bit on our bench there. We can pinch and zoom in or out, make it larger or smaller, and then just confirm in yellow. And there we go. I believe that's the NBN box there. That's all being blurred out, and it will remain that way forever. It cannot be undone. Privacy is always going to remain intact, which is great. These, as Alex said, this can be viewed all over the world, so you never know who's going to access it. Cannot be undone. Couple more very, very quickly. Into your more options. Change the labels of your 360 photos so that it says walk-in wardrobe instead of bedroom 1, number 2, or it says butler's pantry. Again, presentation. Set a landing 360 photo. So your hero room in your property, maybe you've got a great big entertainer's kitchen. If you set that as the landing, that's the first thing people are going to see when they enter into it and be wowed straight away, or set that out the front of the property, whatever it might be. The last one that I think is really, really good to know is adjusting your default angles. Again, we're talking presentation here. So if I pop into the kitchen, we're automatically looking at a bit of an odd angle here. It's not quite directed right at the doors. We can change that so it's a bit more appealing. Into more, adjust default angle, and then just position your crosshairs where you prefer they look. So center it a bit more. Or maybe we want to point it back towards the living room or a feature wall. Confirm. And then now when people enter into the kitchen, this is the angle they'll be looking at instead of the other way around. Again, lots of other things in more. Have a play in there. Make it as pretty as you can. Once you are happy with how pretty it looks, done in the bottom right here, scroll back up to my draft status. Again, I can preview it, edit things, but I'm just going to go straight to publish this time. Yes to confirm. Because we're posting these online, we do have an expiry date for them. You don't want someone to Google this street in 5 years' time and find your virtual tour. So they automatically come with a 3-month expiry date. You can absolutely pick one of these plus certain number of days or a custom range. Publish.
For our US clients as well, for those who keep their properties listed on Zillow forever, if it's a build-in, you can also set it to never expire as well. So
absolutely. And that's it. I've created that link. I can now copy it and paste it wherever I would like to get it out. As we said, send it out to the individuals, post it online, embed it in QR codes, company websites, social media, however you want to get it out there in the world. I'll close that one off. So that's converting from an existing inspection. You can also create them from scratch. So a brand new property to your rent roll maybe. In your virtual tours tab, up the top, there's a plus button there. That will bring you to your portfolio, so all the properties that you have in Inspection Express. It does not have to be in your trust system. If you are using one, you can add properties into Inspection Express separately. Find the property that you'd like from this list here, select it, start taking your 360 photos, and you'll create that marketing virtual tour that way. So very, very quickly again, I use that word a lot. Apologies.
we like quick at Inspection Express. That's the whole point, right? You're quicker at your inspections with the 360 the AI. You lease your properties quicker. You grow your business quicker. So
yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to change my screen back into my admin portal and just show you can manage your marketing virtual tours here as well. So I'm in my virtual tours tab. Up the top is my 360 Station Street that we have literally just published. We can see my date here. So that we're not going to have any information on this one, but what we can do with our virtual tours on the right-hand side, my drop down, I can extend that expiry date or deactivate it. So my campaign's going longer or shorter than expected, deactivate my link, delete it. You can undo any of those things if they've already happened, reactivate it, etc. Copy your link again, and you can also view some analytics. The analytics that you're going to get from your virtual tours are, I had it there a moment ago. Sorry, guys. I am winning today with, there we go. Beautiful. So the analytics you're going to get from your marketing virtual tours are the total visits to your link and the average time spent there, your total unique visitors, the devices that are being used, top 5 sources of traffic here, and all sources of traffic, country of origin, so it absolutely will let you know how many people from overseas are viewing your virtual tours, browsers that are being used, and I quite possibly think maybe the most useful is your most viewed 360 photo here. As we said, you set your entertainer's kitchen as your landing, it's your hero room. From here you find out that people actually aren't really viewing that photo very much. They're more looking at the outdoor area with the built-in barbecue and the fantastic mountain views or whatever you've got there. So if that's the photo they like the most, use that info, make that the cover photo for your entire ad campaign. So when they're scrolling through the masses online, that's the first thing they see. They're more likely to click into your ad. All right, that's everything from me on your marketing virtual tours, how you create them and manage them and do all you need to do. I'll send you back to Alex again now.
Thank you, Elise, and thank you everyone for hopefully being so okay with this back and forth between Elise and I. Just on the note of the analytics, before we fully wrap up the marketing tours, is this is huge for your business development. Like when you're speaking to your landlords and you're pitching your business to them, you can say that you, with your virtual tours, you have access to these analytics to lease their property faster. You can see the average amount of people that view the Fit 360 tour, see if that converts into inquiries. If it doesn't, that indicates that you need a price adjustment. Or again, like Elise said, your most viewed 360 image might be the backyard, but your hero shot on the listing is the kitchen. So you know you have access to that data and those tools to then refine your listings as needed to get them leased faster as well. So really utilizing that selling point as well with the marketing tours. Now we're going to finish up with the cherry on top, which I like to call, which is the extra revenue generator. So we've gone through some of these ways and dialogues that you can use with your landlords and prospective landlords about how your services are better or differ from your competitors. But the other point of difference is this ability to generate some revenue from these 360 tours. Now, first and foremost, this level of service helps you maintain that management fee and not have to get into a bidding war with competitors. The other way is these extra revenue generators and using ancillary fees to actually unlock the potential for new revenue within your rent roll. So this example that we have here is an example which one of our clients used. They introduced an ancillary fee of an extra $70 per year for 360 virtual inspections. Now they sent out an email advising the landlords and allowed them to opt in or opt out, and it had an area where they could sign an addendum to their management agreement, which approved this change. Within 24 hours, 72% of these landlords came back and said yes and signed and acknowledged and opted in for this particular service. So literally overnight or within 24 hours, this agency unlocked an extra $20,160 of revenue for the year. So they were able to do that by introducing that ancillary cost of $70. There is an easier way to also do it, which is to change your marketing fees. Because you're utilizing these 360 inspections, you can increase your marketing fees, which are typically at cost on your management agreement. So you can just increase them without having to get any addendums signed or anything like that. And it's the easiest way to generate revenue starting today. And that can range from anywhere between $50 to an extra $100 for your marketing as well. And then the third one is introducing a technology fee of $5 to $10 per month. So that's really good for a new business if you're always waiving your admin fees, because let's face it, no one really charges admin fees anymore because there's no admin fees really being done because everything's technology based now. You're no longer posting things off unless it's for a select few landlords. So by changing that fee, that admin fee, you're no longer just having it as something that you just wipe off your agreement to get the business. You're actually got a fee that you can justify and back up why you charge that fee, because you can show the technology that you utilize. So that is huge as well. Now on this screen, we have an ROI calculator that you can use where you put in the number of properties you manage, how many cameras you would potentially need, how many routine inspections you do, how many move-ins you do or entry inspections, and how much you would potentially charge for this, and it will calculate for you the ROI that you could potentially receive. So if you scan that QR code on the right-hand side, I'll give you a minute to do so, you can unlock that revenue generator and ROI calculator. Now, we're leaving today with 2 QR codes that you can scan to get started today, utilizing this 360 as a way to grow your business and your revenue. So the left-hand side QR code is your landlord flyer with all of the landlord benefits that the landlords or your owners can expect to receive if they engage your services or if they are engaging your services. And you also have access to some social media tiles as well that you can utilize to really advertise that you're using this particular technology on behalf of your landlords. The other thing I will leave you all with today is just lastly, a challenge, I like to say, which is if you are wanting to use this and you are wanting to try growing your business and growing your revenue, test a pilot of 10 or so properties starting today, where you go out and do that 360 marketing tour if they're vacant, or you pitch a new landlord. If you have a proposal this afternoon that you're going to, get your 360 Advantage kit up and running, utilize it, send it to your landlords after you do that proposal or you have that appraisal with them to show the level of service that you will provide them with before they even sign up with you. That's a huge thing. By showing someone the level of service you can provide before they sign up with you, it just completely alleviates any doubt in their mind. So for any BDMs watching, utilize that appraisal kit or that 360 Advantage kit like it's your lifeline, because it's going to allow you to convert a lot quicker with your landlords, because you're putting your money where your mouth is and showing your services before someone even signs up. So that's everything for today. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. If there are any questions, which I can't actually see any questions.
There are actually, Alex. It might just be on my controls, I think.
Here I thought we were explaining.
So first question we had here, is there a main setting to set the inspection period across the board, or do you have to do it to each individual property? Is there a main setting to set the inspection period across? Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
For the marketing tour, that would be that expiry date for the marketing tour. That's a per property basis, as far as I know. That's because each property differs. If you have a blanket setting over across the whole portfolio, you might end up with a virtual tour that's never set to expire, where the landlords wanted it gone within 2 months. So that's why we do it per property, because you have that great customizability. And it's when you actually go to click to publish it, it's a prompt that it gets you to go through as you're publishing it as well. So you can never miss that.
Exactly right. Exactly right. All those things that my screen did is exactly what will happen for all of you as well. So I didn't pull it up. I didn't ask to set it. It just comes on up for me. Another question we have here, can we use our own 360 exits on the appraisal kit? At the moment, the appraisal kits are just with that sample because you do need the permission from the specific owners of each property. But it is always something that we can put to our development team when there are requests. We can talk to them and we can sort out whether or not the legalities are there and what can be done. So at the moment, no. Another one, is there a way to keep the 360 virtual tour forever once it's done, as it only seems to be active for so many days? Yes, they will stay in your virtual tours tab and you can reactivate them. 12 months time after it's expired, you could reactivate it again. So they will stay in your virtual tours tab. Absolutely.
And if you also click that checkbox to set to never expire, it will always be a published virtual tour. So that's why we've got that checkbox there as well at the bottom, where you just click that to set it to never to expire.
Exactly right. A couple more to go still, which is good. We like questions. The question was, how do you get to the Advantage kit to start it? So you might have just missed that at the very beginning. So either in your inspections tab or your virtual tours tab in the admin portal on the left hand side, you will find it in there. So to create a kit.
As soon as you log in, on the left hand side, it has a big button. There's a little bird, I think, on it. It says create an appraisal kit landing page. That's the button you click on the left hand side.
Yeah. Can you do this from your desktop computer? You can absolutely. The kits are done in the desktop. Converting the inspections and creating the marketing virtual tours to begin with does need to be done in the app, but you can always edit them and extend expiry dates and etc. in the admin portal. But yes, actually creating them is in the app. We've got a request for the recording to be sent, so I'm taking note, so not a problem. I will get that to you, or Alex will, one of us will. And can you access the ROI calculator all the time? That one's on you, Alex.
Yeah. If you scanned that QR code with the ROI calculator, that's a link that you can access. If you didn't get to scan it, let me try and reshare my screen real quick. I'll bring it back up. So if you want to scan that now, you're welcome to. And if you want it, it's just a web page that you have. So it'll be in the history browser of your tab. I don't think it's published fully anywhere. It's through that QR code. So if you do end up closing that tab, feel free to reach out to us and our support team, and we will get that to you.
No worries. I've had some other requests for the recording, so we will absolutely make sure that happens. Can you edit the lighting and brightness within them? For that, so they with the exposure and etc. on your 360 photos that you're taking, the app will automatically put it at the best possible exposure without affecting the quality of your photos as well. So that will always be at its best. More people are popping in the requests for the recording, so that's fantastic. Pop your requests through, and we'll take care of that.
Out a bulk email with the recording for everyone. So if you've registered, you're joined, obviously, we have your email. We'll send out a bulk email with that recording. No stress.
Is there some dialogues or scripts you have in relation to get landlords to pay the inspections you can share? Pay for the inspections.
That marketing flyer that we had included in the presentation, if you scanned that, that has a very key benefits for you to use for your dialogue with your landlords. So it's very specific for your landlords. Have a read through that. It's everything that I said in here. In terms of like full scripts or dialogue, we don't necessarily have that available. If you would like that available, feel free to reach out to myself. My email is alex.k@ipropertyexpress.com, and we can look at I can look at getting those written down for you and sending that to you and your team. So just email me if you want that fully directly.
Perfect. I'm just filtering through to make sure there's no more questions other than the requests for the recording. But there is a very nice thank you, champions. You're very welcome. I don't want to speak on behalf of Alex, but very, very welcome.
You are very, very welcome. So no, thank you everyone for joining. We really do hope it added some value to you. It's a great way to just pitch for new business or unlock that revenue. I highly recommend it. You know, you're used to 360 inspections for your ingoings, your outgoings, your routines, and saving you time, which is of course the main thing we do. But why not utilize it in other ways as well, which is how we've shown you, because we want to see you grow your rent rolls, we want to see you grow your revenue and be successful. So thank you for your time. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to us directly, and we'll send also that link to the recording for everyone as well.
Perfect.
Thank you to Elise for showing us all of this.
Thank you, Alex. I think you do the bulk of it. I just show people how to use it. You're you're certainly on top of it in terms of how to get those owners across the line.
No, that's great, because I'm just the talker and Elise is the one how to do it
I
all.
can challenge you on that one. Hence the reason we've gone overtime.
Yes, true. But thank you everyone, appreciate it. Have a lovely day. If you're in Australia, have a lovely evening if you're in the US, and we will see you on our next webinar.
Thanks everyone. See you later. Bye.